The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Welcome, everybody. So we have Goldy Locks joining us tonight. And did Bill Gates screw up? Did we all give up our lives for nothing?
Yep.
We have a lot of information for you tonight to pack into a short amount of time so we can get our very beautiful and super talented guest, Goldy Locks, on here to reach you guys and so you can have some very, very interesting conversation with her because she is amazing. But welcome everybody here. I am so happy I got to see some of you guys this weekend over at Tampa Bay Screams. Eva and I got to see you. This is my beautiful co-host, Eva D, and my cousin.
Hello.
And I'm back live again. If you want to see more of me, I will be on the Matriarch Mayhem. Am I saying that right?
Yes,
Matriarch Mayhem. We are doing you missed our intro. You missed it. Where were you? Y-Tab. You missed it. You blinked and you missed it. You can watch that on pay-per-view. You can watch it live if you're in Las Vegas. And then WrestleCade in North Carolina. So are you, do we have that? What is that pay-per-view information? I'm
actually getting the link now. I'm going to throw the link in there for you.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be on some obscure channel, but you can watch us. And it's a lot of girls, you know. It is all women, and I think we're also doing something for charity as well. So, I enjoyed the Halloween episode with Shelly Martinez. We enjoyed the Halloween episode with Shelly Martinez. So thank you. We also got to see some of you live. So it was good seeing you, Michael. Thank you for the dance. We appreciate it.
That was great. That was fun.
Yes. And Y-Tab, hello. As everybody comes back in, Winona, hi. One of these days, you're going to have to fill us in on we were talking about this. We were going to have to fill us in on how your dates has gone and if it's still going or not.
Yes.
So without further ado, we're just going to go right into it because, like I said, we have a lot to fill in before Miss Goldy joins us.
Can I throw something out there real quick?
Sure.
I am sharing the link for the pay-per-view. If you guys would like to see that, it is on millions.co. It is in a kind of obscure link. Through share.google there. That is the only link that's available for pay-per-view for Friday night, November 7th in Vegas.
Okay.
Where you can.
That is a weird link.
It is a weird link. It's the only option I found. So anyway, Matriarch Matriarch, excuse me.
Yeah, you could probably search for it.
Yes.
And like I said, if you happen to be out west and you feel like popping in, we are doing that on Friday night in Las Vegas. So do a little search, you can find it. They're also filming some matches afterwards and some mini sessions for those of you who are into sessions. So most of the girls will be available. So it's a really good lineup of ladies, well-known ladies too. So let's go right into it. There's good news. We are no longer looking at a climate catastrophe. Bill Gates has let us all know this week, after 10, 15 years of telling us there's no hope for humanity, that we're not at that level anymore, and we never were.
Really?
So conspiracy theorists, you're now at 42. You're back out of the thing. It's crazy. And he also said we are no longer aiming for zero carbon emissions. He said instead we should be focusing on humanity, wellness, and health.
Okay.
So, the climate thing is not a thing anymore. So how many people literally changed their lives, put their lives on hold? I get all kinds of carbon taxes and green energy taxes and things like that on just my power bill. How many people are paying
now? Does that go away?
Taxes? They just companies are now adding carbon credits and carbon taxes to different things. So, WTF. So now all of a sudden it's not a thing. So, Hi, Alex. I appreciate you. So, this is crazy. So after all these years and people not having children or not having pets or just giving up their lives going, oh my God, there's no hope. We're all going to die. Apparently apparently we're not all going to die. So
Well, Michael, we didn't do that.
we didn't do it.
Even though we love seeing your beautiful face.
Yeah.
In Barrett's picture. That is another StreamYard update.
StreamYard did it for us. So yes, we
put your face up there.
Yeah. Now we get to see what you guys look like, just like you get to see what we look like.
Right on. So.
All right. Yeah. So life is going to go on. Everything's going to be good. Go ahead and have kids. It's safe.
Safe and effective. Oh, I'm
yes,
sorry.
it's safe. Let's see. Our military here in the United States is now being financed by private equity instead of being publicly financed. So that means shareholders must have a return. So if shareholders have to have a return on weapons, you can do the math on that.
What's that mean? Oh, I'm sorry.
90% of the internet disappeared. Google searches are now only listing the first 10, which are usually corporate headlines that are paid to be there. The rest of the searches have now disappeared. What this means, a lot of people don't go into the searches past the first page, unfortunately, and Google is a pay to play. So the people who pay are the ones who get to be in the top searches. So this is a problem because AI is training using all of this information out there. So by Google cutting off 90% of the internet, that means they are that you cannot, the AI cannot train on things like podcasts, blogs, Quora and Reddit, and all these websites out there. They can't get a more rounded information. So that's a problem. And a lot of people don't know this is happening. So
may I add a quick note to that?
Sure.
I did a quick thing on that right before we started in reference to DuckDuckGo. Not everybody wants to use the DuckDuckGo platform. It is an alternative to Google. I've done some, it's like the same search on both, and I come up with way more than 10 lookups. Now, if you're not happy with that, there is alternatives, and people brought it up here on the show. Brave Search, QWant, QWANT, MOJEEK, and others.
Mojave? Is that what you're saying?
No, MOJEEK.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce that. I just figured that's spell it.
Check.
So yeah, there you go. And there is others. It's worth trying something else to see how you feel about it instead of relying on Google.
Yeah, and Alex is saying don't forget the Brave browser. I'm also a fan of Firefox. It's funny if you do a search with Google versus some other browser.
Yes,
you will get such different results. And there's also ways around things, like if you put quotes around things or a minus sign. So say you want to see, let's see, okay, April Hunter minus wrestling. So you don't want to get any wrestling information with me. You're only looking for my other stuff. So that's what it'll pull off. Or April Hunter plus wrestling. That'll pull up the wrestling. So and you put quotes around it. So it's interesting. Oh my God, it's National Candy Day. That should have been a couple days ago.
Yeah, no kidding. I think I'm
wasn't
going to
Halloween
candy for a little while. Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Michael says this AI is confusing as to what's real and what's not. I think that was the point.
Yeah, no shit.
It's somebody pointed out it's weird how people will believe a lie so fast now, but they will question reality and truth. Like no one knows what's real and what's not. So
true.
Yeah.
Well, there is choices, people.
All right. So there's more.
Yes.
Wait, there's more you should know about. All right. Google GPS is rerouting you. Businesses are paying Google to encourage certain routes. So if you find that your GPS is sending you over to other places that are way out of the way, there's a reason for that. Businesses are paying for that. So know where you are. Stop relying on your GPS. Oh, yeah, because other gas stations and other stores, other, Wawa's or 7-Elevens, they want your money. So they're paying.
Would Cracker Barrel do that?
I don't know. Why are you asking that?
I'm silly. I'm sorry.
Okay. VW Steve, what's up? And Kami Kenji. Yes, I love doing Thundra. And I don't know. I guess AOL is, yeah, it's still around. They never went away.
It is. Yeah.
Let's see. Veterinarian offices. Here's another one. The deep state is coming for your pet. Vets offices, especially like the big ones like Blue Pearl and all those, they are now owned by Mars. Speaking of National Candy Day, the candy company, and funded by our favorite company, BlackRock.
Yeah.
So your $200 to $300 vet bill is now $1,000 to $1,500 for a reason. This is why they are pushing medications. This is why they're pushing nonstop dental treatments. This is why they're pushing nonstop vaccines. So they are trying to turn pet healthcare into the same kind of healthcare we have, which is not that great in America. So be aware of that. And my aunt is a veterinarian, University of Pennsylvania. This is Ivy League. She said that once your puppy or your kitten has had their baby vaccinations, their puppy kitten vaccinations, they do not need any more. Full stop.
Why?
That is it. Done. So they are good for the rest of their lives. So be aware of that when they're pushing things on you, because our vets our pets are now living much shorter lives between the food they're eating and all the medications they're getting shoved onto them. And by the way, BlackRock also owns, and Mars also own Chewy and multiple pet food companies too. It's like the FDA. So we've normalized the Food and Drug Administration. They're doing the same thing with pets. So they're owning the food, the pet food, and they are also buying the pet clinic. So this is a, you see it? Yes, exactly.
BlackRock. More like BlackRock. I love it. Nice one, Allie.
And Lori's saying, what about Buc-ee's? I wouldn't mind being rerouted there. Nobody,
Well, Buc-ee's is fun. Yeah.
we love Buc-ee's.
Okay. What about the dogs? We protect our family, right? Animals, pets are our family as well. So protect them as well, because if they can't get you, they're going to get your family, which is your pets.
Yeah. Okay. So good. Also more good news, in addition to the fact that climate change is not a pertinent issue anymore, and we don't have to go to zero carbon emissions anymore, according to Bill Gates. The obesity rate is dropping for the first time in decades. Additionally, the divorce rate is still dropping too. They're crediting that to people waiting to get married and people taking it more seriously. So there's good stuff going on out there. All right. Would you guys like to know what's really going on with the government shutdown?
Hi, Kenny. Sure.
So I wrote about this because I was made aware of a few things. So I will read it to you real fast, just so people know what's going on. So let's break down the government shutdown and the information that most people don't know. And yes, it has been cool here in Florida. We're actually having an autumn. It is amazing, which is nice. It's very, very nice. So most people don't know that subsidies were boosted and extended with the Biden administration through December 31st, 2025. Here we are, and set to expire. And what you don't know is the cash was paid directly to insurance companies. So extending the Biden COVID credits is a $400 billion giveaway to insurance companies. So this is taxpayer money, which is fine if it's going towards Americans and legal immigrants. Health matters, but there's a lot more to this. The more subsidies, the more insurance companies earn. The more illegals, the more they earn. The more they earn, the more they can buy politicians. So the more illegals, the more chances they have of swinging elections their way. Big pharma and insurance companies help elect your politicians with massive funding. They are the ones behind this. And the medical industrial complex strikes again. This is not capitalism. This is corporatism, and it's very dirty. And they're using all of us as cannon fodder. This is not about your health care, and it's not about you. It's for them, the corporations and the politicians, because they don't give a crap about you, me, any of us. And they never have, unless your group could be used as a stepping stone until the next minority group comes along that works even better to advance their agenda. So feel free to go to opensecrets.org and see who gets what and from whom. Not one single other country runs this way. Everyone's on the take and everyone's paid out to create the system, from doctors to media, politicians to pharma reps, FDA to CDC, lobbyists to funded scientists. Why have we normalized a food and drug administration once again? And even after all this money, many are still denied care, charged staggering fees and copays for blood work scans and MRIs, and even denied life-saving medications or early testing in America. 30% of all deaths in America are due to medical mistakes, according to malpractice attorneys. So that is what's holding up all of this. All of those COVID credits were going to insurance companies, and insurance companies want that money because they're in bed with the politicians. So I'm seeing a lot of people freak out about SNAP, which is also called EBT, who have no idea how SNAP and EBT work. And a lot of these are people that, I mean, they clearly have no idea. They're like, why are people getting cake and cookies and candy and soda? Well, I don't know about most states, but I'm going to guess it's the same way across the board. Usually Florida has made it illegal. You can't buy candy or cake or cupcakes or ice cream or soda or chips or any of that. You can't buy junk or soda using EBT or SNAP. You can't. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, guess who the majority of people are on SNAP and EBT? Eva, survey says
White men
with
children.
Yes, white men with children who are paying child support and supplementing their income to feed their kids. So, and they're not complaining. They're not freaking out.
You don't see them on TikTok and YouTube and making a big stink all over Facebook, do you?
Mm-hmm.
No. You see the minority
and women
out there complaining. Mm-hmm.
So that is very interesting what we're watching right now. It seems like it's a big propaganda thing going on. And speaking of propaganda,
there's some comments on that if you don't mind. Michael had a good point. The government shutdown almost cost my best friend in Brooklyn his school bus driving job. They signed an extension for 60 days, so he's good now. I am glad to hear that.
Good.
And oh wow, that's very high up. Sorry. Personally, I don't see the government opening back up this year. I do. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm under the weather, so I apologize. A lot of the government entities that fraud will be gone, and there's a lot to unpack with that one. Winona. I hope they resolve things because there's a lot of people that need help and depend on some of that, a lot of that for help.
Yeah. I think they'll put some in place to hold people over. And then I don't know, you could be right about the rest of it being on hold. I hope. And everybody coming in late, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Cool, awesome dude, Dabby and Lon, XJC. Who else is coming in late? Notary, hi. Am I missing it? Jerome. Kenny Powers, Allie. I think I'm missing people, but thank you for being here. You guys are making some good comments, and if you look around, there are some people, and Red Sunny, hello, Jameer. There are places, there are some restaurants who are willing to feed people who are suffering because of this. There are certain places that are reaching out and trying to work with it. So you can look around. There was a list of, I think in Tampa Bay, there's a list of 9 restaurants who will help if you have been furloughed or if you are losing your SNAP benefits. So do a search in your area and see if you have that option for right now. So as always, we don't like to bring things up unless we offer some solutions. So if we're doing it here, they have to be doing it in other areas too.
Yep.
So Prime is coming out with a new documentary on chemtrails, which many people think do not exist, otherwise known as cloud seeding or weather modification. So I thought it'd be interesting because I live in Florida, as you know, And Florida and Tennessee have made it illegal to do cloud seeding and chemtrails. So it's interesting that you can make something illegal that apparently doesn't exist. So I live right by the airport. It's about a 20-minute ride from me. And my dad was a pilot. My stepmom was a flight attendant. My dad was a pilot for military. And then the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, who's always been a government employee. So I'm a little bit familiar, private pilot as well. I'm a little bit familiar with the ins and outs of all of this. I know what contrails are versus chemtrails. Contrails are ice. Ice tends to dissipate very quickly. Now, chemtrails are something completely different. Again, people think they don't exist, but they are a silver iodide mix. Weather modification has been around for a long, long time, since the 60s or before, because it was used in weather warfare during Vietnam with Operation Popeye to extend the monsoon or tsunami season to hold up the supplies from getting to the Vietnamese. So this is a real thing. And it's interesting how people don't look up or don't see it. So a weird grid pattern in the sky that does not dissipate and then extends into clouds is a chemtrail or a cloud seeding. Why they do this is to change the weather for good or bad, whatever that is. Now, we stopped doing it here in Florida, and this is the first year we have not had a massive storm. I don't know if that's just luck or coincidence or what, but it is worth mentioning and worth noting. So I asked AI about, Monsoon, thank you, Wade. I asked AI about chemtrails and if they exist and what they are. And so the first thing that came up is
this was Google AI, right?
Google AI, yes. So it came up that Hurricane Helene was not artificially created, despite what Alexa says, and that it was false. Let's see. It also said that Rainmaker LLC is the leading cloud seeding technology company in the U.S. Now, I got all kinds of stuff all over the place. So let me read you what what AI offered me as far as information here. Let's see. Hang on. This was interesting. First off, AI told me that chemtrails and cloud seeding is a conspiracy theory that doesn't exist. When I said chemtrails, and then I changed my question, and then it told me. I said I changed my question to how many cloud seeding companies operate in the United States, and how do they operate? That gave me a completely different answer. Here's that from AI. While many private companies offer cloud seeding services, the most prominent U.S. providers are not publicly listed, as operations are typically funded and managed by state and local government agencies. Some specific companies include the Atmos Technologies in California, which was a pioneer for the field of hydroelectric power in 1969, and Rainmaker LLC, a company that has recently conducted projects in Texas. How it works. Cloud seeding is a process where substance like silver iodide is released into clouds to increase the likelihood of precipitation. This is done by using an aircraft or ground-based generator to introduce particles into the atmosphere, which encourages water vapor to condense and form snowflakes or raindrops. Now, this is after AI told me it was a conspiracy theory and it didn't exist. So it's no wonder that people think, some people are saying it doesn't exist and some people are saying, yes, it does. So you're not asking the right questions, apparently. Cloud seeding is used to increase snowpack in the mountainous regions to enhance water supplies for hydroelectric power and irrigation. It can also be used to mitigate hail and fog in agricultural areas. Now, mind you, this is used a lot in North Carolina, and the snow that I saw in North Carolina looked like styrofoam. It was the weirdest stuff ever. It's like little balls and it didn't melt. So here, under regulation, the practice is regulated by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, which has the authority to regulate cloud seeding through its authority under the Clean Air Act. Wow. However, state and local governments are primarily responsible for funding and operating cloud seeding projects. These events have led to flooding and mudslides, causing some residents to blame cloud seeding for heavy
Oh my God. Oh my God.
right, heavy weather issues. So safety
sorry.
concerns. Some states have experienced an increase of heavy rainfall after cloud seeding operations. For this reason, it is important to be aware of potential risks and safety precautions when engaging in cloud seeding activities. So does it exist or doesn't exist? AI says it exists, and not only does it exist, it's led to mudslides and issues. So I'm in North Carolina last week, right? And I'm gonna keep this short. I'm in North Carolina, all through there, South Carolina, North Carolina. There's nothing but grids. They are planes. It is just grids everywhere. I can see them seeding everywhere. We're driving up. It is sunny and beautiful. For the next full week, there's nothing but rain. That came in immediately the next day and did not stop. And it started just mud and sliding and muds and sliding. And I'm looking and I'm like, I'm glad we're leaving after a couple of days. So I'm like, this is not good. This is going to cause another mudslide situation. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, great. It's dry. Maybe they need rain. But at this point, they don't understand moderation. Like, they are really overdoing it. So there's got to be a happy medium with this. When you're playing God with the weather, like, and then you still have people that think that modification doesn't exist. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
1946 was when they started weather modification.
Okay.
1946.
That's
By General Electric, by the way.
That's nuts. And Chen Fu and everybody, welcome. Oh, yeah. Lori says, and insurance companies have to pay for the damage. Well, I think that's why they outlawed it, because we're losing insurance companies here in Florida. Right? Well, I mean, we it's so hard to get insurance. So
insurance companies do not have to pay for flood.
Huh?
No, they do not have to pay for flood.
No, but we do. So starting now, what is that state insurance company in Florida that people use, the bottom of the barrel one?
Citizens
is now requiring all of its customers to buy flood insurance, and that will spread to every insurance company out there, because it's been such a problem here. And flood insurance on top of regular insurance is a separate thing, and it's very, very expensive.
Yep.
So
people usually can't carry it.
Mm-hmm. So now we all have to buy that insurance. So hi. Yeah. So that said, I wanted to share a little video I found,
and
then
we'll
talk about one more thing, and then we'll bring on our lovely, beautiful guest. So where did that video go?
I have it up if you need to.
Yeah, you want to do it? You have the sound and everything started? It's unlocked for the sound?
I believe so.
Okay.
Let's see. I had it right here. Let me give it a shot.
Sure. Yeah, insurance is a scam. Oh my God, you're not even lying.
Yeah, it is.
And then you have something go on and you can't even use it, right? And War Demon, I hope your mom's doing okay. I really do.
Okay. I do have it ready whenever you are.
Go ahead.
Do it this way.
Ding, 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 ding,
I know,
ding.
right? Window.
Are we having a...
Oh my gosh. All
What are
right,
you
where
doing?
to go?
Huh?
I guess you have to do it. It disappeared on me. My window
What
disappeared.
happened?
I don't know. My window went poof.
All right.
Yep, there it is. Now it's back up.
You lied and said you had it ready.
I know I did, and it minimized.
All right,
do
I
have-
will. Yeah,
You got it.
let's see. All right, so let me pull this up for you. All right, we'll share. This video is called, instead of Simon Says, it's called Science Says. All right, here we go.
And it's called Science Says, which is one of the biggest sleight of hand tricks of modern civilization. Science is just a method, but it's being pushed as authority, and most people don't even realize the difference. People hear science says and then immediately surrender their own thinking, and that's because science is being framed as an institution instead of just a process. And institutions eat sovereignty for breakfast. The problem here isn't science, which is just expressed curiosity through disciplined observation. Real science is a relationship with reality that's pretty humble. It's testable, falsifiable, and is always asking questions to disprove itself. But what we're all witnessing isn't actually science, it's scientism, which is a religion built around the appearance of science. And what happens when we all defer to science says? Science becomes a form of priesthood when most people don't read the studies. They just read the headlines, new study shows, and blindly trust a journalist summarizing a press release that was written by a PR team funded by a corporation. And the entire chain is hearsay dressed up as truth. And in that way, authority replaces intelligence. And instead of thinking, people reference something that's been said instead of what's being observed. Trust the experts then becomes code for outsource your perception. And now funding becomes truth, because if you can control the funding, you can control the research. If you can control research, you can control messaging. And if you can control messaging, you can engineer belief. And belief drives behavior. Behavior drives markets. And in that, living knowledge is erased. Knowledge that was accumulated through ancestral lineage passed on word to mouth for tens of thousands of years. Something I care a lot about. Which is dismissed as unscientific because there's no institutions controlling it. And then the language becomes a trap because now people are defending things that they don't understand. Words like misinformation, peer-reviewed, or consensus get used like shields, which always raises a red flag for me because I'm not actually hearing an argument here, I'm hearing obedience signals. It's very easy to cling to scientism because it gives us a way out of responsibility. That lab coat said it, so I don't have to think. If that study says so, then I don't have to trust my own lived experience. If the consensus exists, I don't have to take a stand. It's all just permission to feel comfortable in someone else's narrative. We're all planning the adult version of Simon Says, and it's called Science Says, which is one.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And one of the comments that I had circled shows a girl, a PhD doctor, who said, "I agree with this. It has become very corrupted." So I just wanted to share that to remind you to stay open-minded and think for yourself. Speaking of science, there's one more thing I wanted to get to before we bring on our gorgeous guest, and that is what happened this week with changing the time. So
yes,
a lot of people, this brings on something called SAD, which is seasonal affectation disorder, which is a real thing. The darkness kind of messes with us. So what it does is it causes a hormonal disruption. It disrupts our circadian rhythms. It lowers your level of serotonin and melatonin. So how many of you guys, ladies, everybody, get a little bummed out when we change the time, especially when we do the fall back thing?
I do.
That's a real thing, right?
Yeah, it sure is.
So yeah, it depends. It's like for some of us, it's not that bad. You know, we're living here in Florida. We get to cool off a little earlier and less air conditioning. But for other people living, say, maybe in the Northeast or other areas, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things you can do. Ben Rob, you're so funny. This is why I take cocaine. It cures what ails you.
Good answer.
Well, we didn't have that on our list, but we do have some things here that what you can do to offset seasonal affectation disorder. So one is increase your light exposure. Walk outside. Walking outside helps a lot, or get a light therapy box. They do exist. They're on Amazon. You can find them. Eva. Lori says I mess with my dogs as well. Can't stand the change of time. Yeah, my dogs started looking at me earlier. They're like, I know it's dinner time. Bitch, I know it's dinner time. Bitch.
My birds too.
Bitch, I know it's dinner time.
Uh-huh.
All right. So think about getting if it's really affecting you, look into getting a light box. They literally have ones that mimic sunlight. Number 2, regular physical activity. Do a 30-minute walk. It actually it releases dopamine, which lifts up your hormones, and it helps tremendously. A lot of people don't realize that instead of running to a pill for depression, depression's real. Probably about half the cases of depression, though, could be cured with a walk, especially a walk outside. So yeah, it raises your serotonin and your dopamine, Ben Rob. Thank you. So, the pharmaceutical industrial complex is so quick to want to give you a prescription all the time because that's profitable. Whereas they don't make any money off of you getting your ass outside and walking. So just, number 3, and this one's a really big one, brighten your house and your yard. Mm-hmm. So down here, we put fairy lights everywhere in Florida. We are a fairy light motherfuckers. We put fairy lights inside the house, all over the fireplace. This is my house all over the place. Fairy lights outside on the porch, fairy lights inside, fairy lights around the bed, solar lights everywhere. Take a few bucks and get you some fairy lights and some solar lights. Light everything up. It will cheer you up. Okay? Light it up. Stay socially connected. A lot of people go inside in the winter. Stay socially connected. Find your people. Yep. My place is lit. Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Stay socially connected. Find your people. Here's another one. It's a big one. If you're not taking vitamin D, take it. Get as high dose as possible. You cannot take too much vitamin D, in my opinion. So take your vitamin D. Make sure you take it with us if you're eating something with fat. So, handful of nuts. Eat your nuts, okay? Eat your nuts. Eat your cheese. Lick your cheese, okay? Take your vitamin D. It's really, really important. It does lift your hormonal level. It lifts your mood. It lifts your energy levels, okay?
Yes.
So you don't do this little bullshit 50 to 100, 200 milligrams. I mean, get out there and take 2,000, 5,000 milligrams. It will make you happy. All right? Don't forget your hobbies. Do your hobby. Find what you love. Recharge your batteries, whether that is gaming or working with your hands or woodworking, whatever you do, something that you find what you love, whatever you used to love when you were a kid. Before,
it doesn't mean playing with your nuts either.
Right. Well, that too. If that's what you love, you do that. But gardening, whatever it is, what you used to love to do as a kid is probably what you still love to do, but you stopped doing it because of time, being tired, money, paycheck. Find that thing again. Reading a book, writing a book, whatever it is. Riding your bike outside, do that. Skateboarding. And then this one's a big one. Music. Okay? Listen to music. Music is what feelings sound like. So dance, sing. That's an instant way to raise your everything, raise your vibration. Okay?
Yep.
Dance, sing, listen to Goldy Locks. Listen to her music. And with that, let's bring on our beautiful, beautiful guest, a Jill of all trades, a musician. Yes. Welcome. We have rock artist, wrestler, TV personality, podcaster, advocate.
Hi, Eva.
There we go. We have Goldy Locks. Welcome.
What a segue from eating nuts to listening to my music. Wow.
I know, that was all April right there.
Probably people playing with their nuts and listening to it. We've got plenty of nut juggling music to tune into. Please check us out on Spotify. Our numbers are so pathetic that it's so
I
weird.
was actually on there yesterday. I started following you yesterday on there.
It is so hard to have a podcast these days sometimes, or anything, because there's so much competition.
Dude, you know those movies that come out where, I think there was one, was it Leonardo DiCaprio? Who was in it where you had like something that you scanned on your body to pay and it decreased your years? Do you remember what I'm talking about? Everybody listening will know what it is.
Yes,
I don't know what it is.
I remember like time something. And you could share your time, right? With other people.
Or I've seen different things where like the example was somebody was walking down the street, they needed to hitchhike or they needed a ride, and like their rating was like flickering on their head, and they're like, oh, you can't pick her up, she's a this, it's like I feel like we're in that, or like the Hunger Games every day, where it's just a weird time. Even after COVID, I remember when Walmart, you couldn't go into Walmart and you had to stand like 6 to 10 feet, and it was just like, and they were announcing on their cigar, and I literally felt like, am I in the Hunger Games right now? Like I feel like and they'd play like music from the tin speakers out at the Walmart, and you're like, I just need toilet paper. If you can get that. And then I remember another time where I was at Sam's Club and they brought out a pallet of toilet paper, and like people
ready to fight. They're ready to fight for it.
Their shit. And Ava, I was done. And I remember screaming and flailing. I just went nuts. I cut like a wrestling promo on everybody. And I was screaming at everybody. And I was writhing around on the floor. Like, look at me. I'm going to get to I was like, screw this. I said, you all are pathetic. I hope you shit yourself and just I'll wipe my ass with my shirt or my hair. I'm out of here. But I knew at that point, like, all right, I've crossed like a line of where like I would get arrested, and I'm like, if you've already crossed that line, then go out on a bang.
Nobody
like,
arrested you. They were afraid to come near anybody. You know, you
were. But back to what we were saying, like we're encouraging people to buy our records, so they're buying it, and that's what the call to action is. So if they're buying it, and we're making some sort of an income to do more projects from a physical sale, well, then they're not going to street. It's like that's all anybody does is like, oh, your numbers are. Oh, I must just suck then because I made. People actually bought the album. I guess that's just so horrible as opposed to streaming it for free or, like you said, a podcast. It's so and people, you can't be mad at people. Ava. It's like there's only so much time in the day to do this and do that, and everybody's got this. And,
that's part of the reason we do it live, because we get to have everybody here at a certain time. We have our community. We love you guys.
What are some cuties I saw?
We love you. We love the ones that take the time to rewatch this. Thank you. But it's we get to have a community.
Out there. I want to see who's out there.
So you can go to the comments if you're on a computer. Go to the comments. It's on your far right, and go to live, and you can see them.
Oh, somebody has a bidet? Who's that? Is that you that said that?
Yep, somebody. Well, yeah. Well, I have one. Bidet? That's me, and then somebody else said they got one. That's a great idea. I used to work in Europe and stay over in Europe a lot. They have bidets over there, and I love a bidet. Okay, so I came back and put a bidet in my bathroom. So
I love it.
And it was so handy during COVID.
Nobody
I was just
needs
wondering.
toilet paper in her house.
Huh?
I'm reading the comments.
Toilet paper in her house.
I'm glad that this is an anal fixation tonight.
You can say anything you want on here. Nobody
can. You can.
Metallica suing Napster was the best thing that could have ever happened. Like once it went to just streaming and all that, it just went to shit. Nobody's making any money. Nobody's. You got, I don't know, there's just stupid stuff. You might want health insurance and toilet paper. You can't, it's really, 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 really hard. Who cut a huge promo? The lead singer of Garbage, Shirley Manson, cut a huge promo at one of her concerts. Look it up. Just talking about like all these new up and coming artists, like they're going to go away because we can't survive, so.
Well, that's why concert tickets are so expensive. We used to be able to.
That's because of bullshit. Is why they're expensive.
Well,
we don't get that money. That's all the same thing that guy that you were just playing when he was talking about, or you were saying about nobody's going to encourage you to go out and take a walk because they don't make any money off of that. The concert ticket. What's the big one? Ticketmaster. Oh, it's just ridiculous. The artists aren't getting all that. It's all bureaucratic bullshit.
It makes me wonder if it's not like the wrestling business where it's almost more profitable and more freedom to stay at, instead of getting at this level, to stay at this level.
Yeah.
Because you have more career over more control over your name, your career.
Well,
if you can live under your means, it's a lot better that way.
It's interesting. I look at Kelly Clarkson and her winning that, and like she's been miserable ever since, and it's no secret that like they just tried to control everything. You're better going on those shows and losing and taking the marquee value and getting what you need to get out. That's the smart way to do it, because once you win, they have you, and then you have to do, and you're just a slave. You really are. I mean, Prince did all that. It was just but Prince people think like, oh, poor Prince. You know, I have my record deal with Prince, and know that whole camp really well. But poor Prince was, here's millions of dollars, and then we just need 2. Can you just give us 2 of your songs? You can do whatever else you want to do on the album. You can jizz around and juggle your nuts. You can do whatever, but just give us 2 hits per record. And that was like too much for him. Like, I'll do whatever I want, or none at all, or whatever. It's like, well, we are giving you millions of dollars. We did help you make. It's the same thing with the WWE people getting mad if they can't have a Patreon or OnlyFans or whatever like that. Like, you did sign a contract. You should have read it. It did say that we own this likeness and blah, blah, blah. And in exchange, you're going to get a really, really comfortable lifestyle for that. So
some of them, the girls don't.
You don't?
Yeah. Go into that one.
The pay discrepancy between the males and the females is unbelievable.
But did they sign it, April? Did they sign it?
Yeah, they did.
So maybe they should have gotten a lawyer or a better lawyer and negotiated something. Or I'm just saying, like,
you're right.
I'm you know what I mean? Like, we all know it's not like it's 1975 anymore. Like, everybody knows, get yourself a good lawyer. And sometimes I don't have my lawyer look at things, and I probably should. But the girls. So you're saying there's a huge pay discrepancy?
Yeah. There's some comments in here. People are vibing with what you're saying.
Ren is great. Ren is great. I know all about Ren. Yeah.
JC says, look at WrestleMania tickets now. They want $40,000 for front row VIP thing. Even the nosebleed seats are ridiculous.
That's retarded. That's horrible.
Kenny Power says, look at the music artist Ren. He is 100% independent and does what he wants and makes a lot of money. Shares it, looking to help folks with chronic illness like Lyme disease, which my neighbor died from.
Ren's a great artist. And the question for me right over there, in a heartbeat, I would jump back. Social media is paralyzing to me. I do it, but it causes massive anxiety for me. And I'm a strong bitch like April is, and I get affected by it. So I can only imagine what that 13 or 14-year-old girl sitting there wondering why she doesn't have any likes on her content, how she feels. I think it's
and for people just
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, for people just listening and didn't hear the question. Hang on a second. Let me read it, because we have people who are only listening. Where did the question go?
Oh, my bad. I apologize.
Alex asked, Goldie, would you give up social media and leap back into the 1980s and 1990s? Or she said, yeah, definitely. And XJC said, women always get screwed, especially back then. And Michael said women are just as valuable in wrestling as men. Well, yeah. What was it? Fred Astaire.
Your opinion.
We have to do everything that guys do. We just have to do it in short shorts and make sure our tits don't fall out, right?
No, I go back to my early days in TNA, and there was a lot of things I just said, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So, and I eventually got fired. So, but it wasn't for anything sexual like that. It was for me saying I wasn't going to take a certain type of bump and this and that, and somebody that was a jealous pussy that wanted me out, taking that as an opportunity to get me out, even though whatever. It is what it is, but you can't just cry over spilled milk. Wasn't supposed to be. Like, I'm not mad. I got canned.
You are today.
Exactly. No, you really wouldn't. It's like those old books from back in the day, choose your own adventure books from way back. Like, I feel like that's did you remember that?
I love that. By the way, that's how they write video games, using the choose your own adventure model. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I would sneak to a different ending and wonder, what if I answered it this way? Where would I go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Those books are brilliant.
Why can't you do it 2 different ways?
Scott Woodworth, what does it say? What's $1.99? That's the name of his gimmick.
He tipped.
Oh.
He tipped. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
He tipped. Tell everybody, for people who aren't familiar with you, which I think they probably are, tell people what you do, because you are literally a Jill of all trades.
Yes.
You do this, you do that. You're all over the place. So
I think that's a high compliment.
Well, I mean, you are smart. You got a toe in all the oceans. Thank you. Yes. So fill us in what all you do, because you're all over the place and very, very talented.
I appreciate that. I met April with the TNA. I was the first cast of TNA, the OG. So that's where I met April Hunter and Ava. I have to find out how you plug into this, so I will give my 60-second briefing, and then I'd love to hear your story. So I started out in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 3 years old as a model and little fat-faced kid selling chicken and Dairy Queen and KFC and all that. And then by the time I was 8, I was really modeling hardcore and doing movies and films and having predators and pedophiles and pieces of shit try to touch me. And so I got a really bad mouth on me, and I was always getting written up and in trouble with the modeling agency and casting companies because I was telling everybody to go F themselves. But it was really to combat pedophiles. And then I decided that
That's
I was
a real thing, right? It's a real thing.
Real thing. Yeah. And then I decided, like, I'm not going back to this creep anymore. And my dad's like, well, who's going to take your photos? And I'm like, well, I'm going to take my own damn photos, get me a camera, and I'm going to figure this out. So I got a little crappy camera and eventually graduated 35 millimeter, and then this and then that, and then blah, 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 blah. And then I started taking pictures for bands that were at Paisley Park and Prince and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and all this Minneapolis scene. And then that led to me meeting this really famous manager, Dick Scott, who was a complete crook, but you learn so much from the bad ones. He managed New Kids on the, my name is Dick Scott. I managed Marky Mark and New Kids on the Block and Donnie Wahlberg. And then every time I picked up Dick from the Minneapolis airport, he'd say, did I ever tell you about the time? And I'm like, oh, here we go. No, probably not, but let me hear. Did I ever tell you about the time Donnie Wahlberg ejaculated on my couch? And I'm like, yeah, Dick, every time I pick you up from the airport, you tell me about Donnie Wahlberg ejaculating on your couch, and you had a big party. Like, oh, it was grand. It was marvelous. Then after like 50 times of telling me about this big jizz session that Donnie Wahlberg had on his black leather couch in his New York apartment, do you think I'm gay? And I'm like, yeah, Dick, I think you're really gay, because all you talk about is Donnie Wahlberg ejaculating on your couch. You watch male animal porn on my computer upstairs in the guest room, so I'm gonna go with you're gay for 500 bob. And he was like, well, okay. So anyways, he managed Tiffany. Remember, I Think We're Alone Now. And then Dick was a complete shyster and screwed everybody. This, you learn how to just get totally effed in the music business from the worst manager ever. But I learned a lot. And then I moved on, record deal with Prince, moved to Los Angeles, yada, yada, did all that stuff. And really, I should have been doing more than just getting my nails done and trying to meet famous people in the elevator where I lived, because I lived in 2220 Avenue of the Stars with Whoopi Goldberg and Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michael Douglas, Sting, like all these people. And I would just like use the same bag of groceries and ride up and down the elevator, like trying to make conversation with like all these celebrities, and like nobody. So I remember one New Year's Eve, though, Ava, I was like, my boyfriend was like, are you riding the elevator again? I'm like, no, I'm not riding the elevator again. He's like, well, that bag's getting really tired, and everybody knows your gimmick. And I was like, I'm not right. So anyway, I rode up to the penthouse, and I was like, hi, oh, Sting. Oh, you're having a New Year's Eve party. Oh, because I had already asked if I could come, and they said no. I was like, oh, well, I just needed to borrow a cup of sugar. And they're like, Goldy Locks, get out of here. And I was like, okay. So anyways, that's where I live.
I would do.
So musician, actress, doing my thing. But music's beautiful, and it's so hardcore, and it's so real, and just legit. It's so much different than a lot of the other fake ass stuff in LA, because like you're either touring and doing it, or you're pretending to, and like we really go out and do it, and like nobody's setting up our shit. What was it? We played Halloween, setting everything up, strike it all, get it all packed. It's 1:00 in the morning. You get to the hotel, it's 2:00. We need to leave at 5:30 to get to the next state and drive all day, because the next show is at noon, and you got to load it all in and set it all, and you just feel like I look like shit, and I must smell like shit, and my breath must be awful. Yeah, and it's just the wrestling.
My God.
Yeah. So yeah, I hear stories like
actually
Alan Funk was telling me, and Lenny Lane, like that when they had wrestling matches, indie shows, like they'd take the box spring off, and like some people would sleep like knee deep on that, and then other people are on a mattress, and then somebody's in the bathtub, and it was whatever you needed to do to save money. So there you go, guys. You can all
we would split bed, and somebody would get the mattress, somebody would get the box spring.
Exactly. So feel better about yourself and your life the next time. Who is that asshole that was bitching about having to change 6 clocks in his house? You're okay, pal. You got this.
Oh my God. Okay, I was just talking about this with somebody. I was saying, it makes me feel, I don't want to say lack of empathy, because that's probably the wrong thing to say, but it makes me have so much less tolerance for people who don't just get, who let little things get to them. And
then you're not in a band, and you're not a pro wrestler or an indie wrestler or an indie anything. If those little things get to you, like, good luck.
Yeah, that, and like you don't have control over yourself. Like people that are like, they let all these like you, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like literally the show goes on. You're hungry. You're hungry. Fuck you. Your foot hurts, like, or your head hurts, or your hand hurts.
Right
Fuck
here.
you.
No,
You
right
tape it up and go.
Too much time.
Yeah.
Too much time on your hands. Like, I don't even have time to take a dump. I'm so. What did somebody say? Somebody said, "Oh, at that Rain and Riffs thing that we did with Mickey James, they're like, oh, I haven't even answered the guy back. He was like, he followed me in the DMs. He's like, oh, would you have time for an hour sit down interview with? And I was like, dude, I'm not even going to sit down. Like, I was up 4.5 days for that production. It took me forever to get packed, and then once we got there, it took 7 hours of taking stuff out of a bus and trailers. It took 17 hours to set up. The show was interesting because we lost power 8 times. So the show didn't last very long, but then people wanted to talk after the show. And then I found myself after the show starting to put things away with my disabled elderly father who drove 7 hours from Minneapolis to come to the show and help me. And then it's now 7 o'clock in the morning and I haven't gotten to bed. And I'm like, all right, we're at 3.5 days of not sleeping. And I was kind of like getting twitchy. And then they wanted us out, and there was all this stuff to pack up and trailers and pipe and drape and props and shit and gear. And I was like, it was 4.5 hours until I was out there. I was out of the casino. And I was like, that's not normal. So don't go, oh, I'm really tired, or I'm hungry, or shut up, you pussy. You wonder why you're not getting laid? There's so many guys that just bitch. I love it. That's your duck. Do you have a Jeep?
Kind of, but I just this is my
kind of have a Jeep.
Huh?
Yeah.
There is one in North Carolina. There's a Jeep up there. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, that reminds me of a really kid story that I will tell you all, a wrestling story. The first time that I entered the locker room at the municipal, I think it was, or no, it was in Huntsville, Alabama, the first TNA. And I was so overwhelmed that all these like indie wrestling girls were just like, were you at the first TNA, April?
No, not the first one.
Second one, pajama thing.
I was at the very early ones. I was the first female wrestler they ever allowed in the ring.
Okay, fair.
I wrestled Alan. I wrestled Alan.
That's right. Yes,
they were never going to let women wrestle. Remember, they were. So,
I do. No, it was all titties. Yeah,
they were so against the wrestling. And Jeff Jarrett, I'd worked with him in WCW. He convinced Jerry Jarrett to give it a shot, and he's like, "I know a girl." So he brought me in. Yeah.
Okay.
And I never got paid. I never got paid for that.
Join the group, girl. I remember the first time I went into the locker room, though, I was so overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do. And I was around all these girls and they didn't look very nice. And are your boobs real? And I didn't know what to say. So going back to your comment, I was like, oh, kind of. That's what I said. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, one's real and one's not. It's like, that's all that I can come up with. Like I'm some cyclops titty that just went in like, oh, well, I was born with one perfect size tit, and then I just decided, why not just fill the other one? No, I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to say,
yeah, them something to talk about. That's for sure.
I always say, yeah, they're mine. I paid for them. Want to see the receipt? They're definitely all mine.
What a dumb comment. What are people asking? This is so cool. We never do live stuff, so I can't.
Okay.
What show is? Oh, it was shut down after
Yeah, they're talking about
Owen Hart.
Yeah,
that wasn't shut down. No, it wasn't, kiddo.
I said it should have been.
Oh, it should have been. Yeah, no, they kept on
basically
going.
Just pulled them off and just said, okay, let's have the next match.
They do that. They've done that notoriously with lots of things throughout entertainment history.
Yeah,
they've done that. They just keep it going like that. I think that they think it would cause hysteria or money or I don't know, whatever.
They don't want to refund. They don't want to refund the people.
Oh,
too.
Fair enough.
Yeah, who wants to refund all those tickets and all the pay-per-views?
War Demon has a comment. Let's find it. Let's put it up there and let's read it out for the people that are listening and can't see.
This one here.
What if I'm just letting somebody know I'm hungry? So that's what I'm leaving out the word. I mean, that's the same as like, what if like your nuts itch and you're like, oh, everybody, my nuts itch. Rather than subject you to this at work and possibly get a sexual harassment claim, I'm going to leave the room. No,
and then he said earlier, Dick was a complete dick.
Who is a dick?
Your buddy, the one you picked up from the airport.
Who did I pick? Oh, Dick?
Yes.
No, he was just like really into talking about Donnie Wahlberg ejaculating on his couch. Did I ever tell you about the time? Yeah, go Google Dick Scott. Like, there's one video of him and his eyes are all glazed over and he's like, I'm Dick Scott. Some people call me a legend. Oh. Real or fake, all boobs are great. Well, good for you, honey.
Right?
Yeah.
Boobs are like pro wrestling, especially fake boobs. Fake boobs are like pro wrestling. Everybody knows it's fake, but they love it all the same.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. I like them fake, real or real looking for. We go from nutsacks to boobies. That's great.
They do so there's flexing going on in this podcast. We do
we do the boob flexes.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You did that on my podcast. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you have a great podcast, Goldie's Closet.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, right? Yours is out. I have to promote it this week because it's out.
Let me know. I'll help you promote it.
I'm a week behind promoting. Well, you look really good on it. You did great. And Ava, where'd you come from?
So I'm April's cousin. And we actually are both from the same area outside of Philly, but we kind of lost touch with each other for a long time, and we kind of reconnected back, 19, I think.
Yeah.
Over the years, we kind of crossed paths in wrestling, didn't even realize it, didn't even know it. And here we are. So over
That's
time,
cool.
We ended up in the same part of Florida, and we just reconnected and hang out and go have fun.
Oh my God, that's a blessing to hang with your family like that, girl. That's wonderful.
And when
she ended up needed some help with the podcast, and
I lost my last producer. Yeah, he moved on to bigger and better. Actually, he got tired and wanted to hang out with his wife. He occasionally stops back in and does a show.
Who does?
Ray, my producer.
Okay.
But when he decided that he wanted to move on, Eva stepped in to help me out. So she's now my producer.
Oh,
and do some background stuff.
I'm grateful.
It's been fun. It's a lot of fun, and I go to the shows if I'm able to. I go to the shows and help out with the wherever she goes if I'm able to. Like I said, travel.
That's badass.
Yeah, she makes the conventions run a lot smoother. You don't like it. You're packing everything. You're unpacking. You got the bag, you got the table.
I know all about it.
The 8x10s, the stuff that I do. The
there you
candles.
go. Kind of like her handler.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been calling her handler or sidekick or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, whatever you want to call me.
Yes.
so
I love it.
Everything runs smoothly.
So after today, I'll throw it up there. I throw the podcast around too on Podbean and other things where we've got the audio up doing that too. So it's tough getting to get things to grow out there.
It really is. I feel like it's a nonstop hustle.
I've had to learn a lot. And you are amazing that I've learned a lot about you, Goldie, in the last couple of days.
You're sorry.
You're amazing. You are amazing.
I appreciate it. That's really sweet. I got to tell you guys, I usually just it's so interesting. Do you ever notice this? And to the people over here. So, because you're a go-getter and you're beautiful, both of you are, but do you notice that if you are pretty or if you do try really hard, it's almost like people don't reward you the same as if somebody who's not as good or isn't trying as hard. Like, I feel like I'll do something incredible and it's like, whatever, it's Goldie. And then if somebody who just does like the bare minimum, they're like, oh, that's fantastic. Oh my God. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And I remember going out for parts and they're like, oh, she doesn't need to get it. She's already good. And I'm like, well, I would still like to get the part in the movie or the play, or we'll give it to some other kid that's, I'm like, but why don't you give it to somebody who's good and it would make the play good or in school? Or I just feel like sometimes the underdog always gets more pushed than or the people that don't fuck up. Where's my reward? I show up all the time. They showed up. They showed up. Yeah, because you're supposed to show up. Like there's a time and you show up and it's like, oh, they showed up. Oh, that's good. Here's an award. Billy, Johnny, Sally, May, we're gonna, and then it's like, what about the people that are? So we there's this big awards ceremony that they have every year in Nashville, and people come from all over the world. And it's like that. What was it, 88,000 submissions this year for best album, best this, best that. So anyway, we got off of like our Halloween run where we were still up, and I was just like, looked like death. And I'm like, let's go to this award show. But as the failed band from like 10 years ago, we had this failed hip hop group that they're like, we're going to do hip hop. I'm like, we're not really hip hop. I'm like, just do it. We got connections and we can chart you. And we'll, so we charted, we got all kinds of great stuff, but it's like, it died. So I was like, well, I still have the wig and I could just get like a grill, like a diamond grill. It was just so big fur coats and it just hideous. Like it was like Liberace and Playa Hadas ball and I had on like this Queen Latifah hat. It was just the stupidest shit you could ever. And then Rod, our best friend and drummer, wore like a Joe Dirt mullet, still in his wig from Halloween.
Dirte.
The drummer.
Joe Dirte.
Yeah, it's horrible. And we're like, let's just go. And then we're in these nosebleed seats, like, we're cheering everybody on because it's like a lot of our peers are, in the audience or famous people that we know. It's kind of like a Grammys type of thing. We're cheering on. They're like, oh, best, video for telling a story, blah, blah. We're just, yeah. And they're like, the Goldy Locks band featuring Mickey James and Lex. And we're like, what? Like,
oh,
no. And I've got no speech. And I'm trying to run down the hall, like down the stairs, 5 flights of stairs in these stiletto boots. And then we can't get backstage. So like these losers just go climbing up the front of the stage. Like that's not how you do it. And then I just walked up to the mic and I'm like, clearly wasn't expecting to win anything, but my point of the story is, it was so nice to like actually be recognized for something that we did good and not have them go, well, they don't need an award. The award that we got was with Mickey James, and the video is for all of you beautiful people over here listening and watching. It's called I Didn't Know, and it's set in the rain, and it's all sexy and eye candy, but that rain is a homemade DIY PVC pipe with duct tape and sprinklers on a bunch of hoses stretched across the street from my house studio to this fake location that we made it look like a bus stop with a bunch of these neon signs. If you can see them in the background up here, like these were all in the video to make it look like, Chinese restaurant gone bad. And it's like, again, hours and hours and hours of time. And I was like, thank God that somebody just at least gave us props for like,
awesome.
You just that's, I don't need much, but it's like, it wasn't even about winning the award. Like, look at me. It was like all the work that goes into the stuff that people don't see. And, studio that I'm in, we cut, anything I can afford to do here, I do it. And then I pay where I need to pay. Like, we're not going into some fucking studio for $5,000 a day to rub our nips and, what? It doesn't happen like that anymore. Like, that's Spinal Tap days of Motley Crue and Metallica and all these bands from 30 years ago. It's not like that anymore. So thank you for saying, because for anything I try really hard at everything.
What's
Michael,
what's your favorite genre with the band?
Oh wait, somebody asked. Yes, asked that, but somebody did say. Ben Robb says, "Wait, Moonshadow, is that your native indigenous name?"
Well, I'm from Minneapolis, so many Indians around me. That's where I come from. My neighborhood was prominently Black and Native American. So my parents were hippies, and my dad listened to a lot of Cat Stevens and Peter, Paul, and Mary. And there is a very positive song called Moonshadow. Look up the lyrics. It's so badass. And only really people in the wrestling world know that's my name, and that's cool. I don't really like people to know it. I appreciate it. I don't like people to know it because then when people say icky things in the DMs or comments, it's like, it stings. It's like if they're like, oh, Goldy Locks, you're a big fat ugly hoe. It's like, whatever. It's not really my name, but right. If they say Moonshadow, you're a piece of shit, and then it kind of gets to you. So, and my mom was such a precious soul. She gave me that name, and I think it's sacred. And man, those Indians in my neighborhood, that's some sacred shit. You don't mess with that. Like, they got lots of prayers and casting evil eyes on you. And so it's very sacred. From Minneapolis, and I live by Minnehaha and Hiawatha and Minnetonka, and it's all
That's
Native
cool.
Americans. Such beautiful people. Beautiful
Yeah.
people.
You keep that sacred.
Oh, I do.
Eva, I cut you off. I'm sorry. You were
Oh,
asking.
I thought it was Ava.
No,
That's
Eva.
okay. I
Doesn't-
answered
she
both.
answers
It
all of
doesn't
it.
matter. Yeah, that's right. No, so some people were asking, and I saw it in the beginning, of what is your favorite? You've done a lot of different types of music. What is your favorite?
I started out with like show tunes and things because I was Little Orphan Annie off of Broadway for 2 years straight, from like 8 to 10 years old. So, I mean, I grew up with like show tunes and all that. I love all of the theater. That's my base. And then kind of got into rock, but then I got into R&B, and I got signed with Prince. And Minneapolis is very known for Janet Jackson and Jodie Watley and The Time and Prince and again, Janet Jackson, like all these, so I did R&B for a long time, which I love. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I thought I was black. Like I didn't know any different like that.
Wait, you're not black?
I know it's hard to believe, but we'll see. That's why
I don't see color. I don't see color.
That's why I went to rock, is because there was no social media back then. So when I had my record deal and I would go to the radio stations, they were very disappointed. They're like, well, because I sounded black, because that's what my friends sounded like. And I listened to Anita Baker and I listened to all of the old jazz and Aretha Franklin and Deatra Hicks and just black artists is what I listened to at Pattern.
Simone.
What's that?
Yeah, that's good
Nina
music.
Simone.
Beautiful. But
Yep.
I was white and they were disappointed. And so I was like, well, this isn't working. And then I lost that record deal. And then I did rock, and then rock turned into pop because I went to Sweden and I worked with Britney Spears. So Britney Spears and I were up for the same record deal. Christina Aguilera was in that same thing, Jive Records. They did Christina Aguilera. They did Britney Spears because she had the Mickey Mouse Club, and so did Christina Aguilera, and so did Justin Timberlake. All these guys had like this huge, like we were talking about, you're over already, so of course they're going to go with that. And then I got the deal with Prince because Prince didn't give a shit about all that. He cared about like just raw talent. So Britney can dance her ass off. I can sing better. But I'm glad I didn't get her deal, because maybe I'd be mentally off like she is. And God knows what he's doing, and I'm sure she'll get better. I hope, God bless her, because she just seems like she's mentally really having a hard time with all of that. But to answer your question, I like all types of music. I like music that moves people or that makes them forget about their day when they're in pain or they need a release or an escape. Like, I don't care what it is. I'm very blessed that I've worked with the best people in the world that have trained me so I can write any style. The only one I'm not really too high on, of course, a little bit, is country. It's just not me. And I don't like how everybody comes to Nashville and all of a sudden they're talking like, I'm like, you don't have an accent. Like, you're from Detroit, Michigan. Like, you don't sound like that. And then I'll start talking like that. And I'm like, just stop. Like, just stop pretending. So I like it all. Even rap. I toured with a lot of rappers and things like that.
No, if it's good music, it's good music, right?
Right,
Pops?
that's true.
Oh, Big Evil Pops is on here. Holy shit. This guy, Big Evil Pops, Paul, is just, if he's still there, you get people like this in your life that just every day they're sharing your stuff and like they're showing up. And it's no secret that Big Evil has his own pot to deal with, pissing. He's got some mental health issues that he'll tell you about right off the bat. He's always posting about mental health and suicide prevention and veteran hotlines. And, this guy's got his own family and all of his own crap, but yet every day he shares our stuff and shows up with some, no, it's fucking sick. Like, I can swear on this one. Thank God. It's so awesome that, and Big Evil, I'll tear up. Like, I don't think you even know like how much joy you bring me and our band and just being out there. Like, dude, if you're ever having thoughts of like doing the often thing, don't, because I'll kick your ass and it'll be worse than any death that you'd ever put yourself through. But just remember, like, you change people's lives, bro. Like, you keep me from, man, at the end of the night, my mental health just goes out the shitter. I'm great all day. And then at the end of the night, I'm just like, I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. I feel like I am bipolar. I feel like this huge wash of depression, like right around 9, 10 o'clock. it just comes over me. I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not getting enough done for my band. We don't have good enough shows. Where's my money coming from? Are you putting money away for retirement? Are you putting money away from retirement? The health insurance is all getting changed right now. My fucking property taxes went up, and I literally just start like spinning. And I get so depressed, and I'm just like, it'd be easier if I was just dead. Then I wouldn't have to all these responsibilities. But I think like that. I'm not going to do anything. And then I just tell people listening, I just think, you know what, Mooney Balloony, it's time to go to bed. Just start again tomorrow. Reset.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I just have dark humor, and
I use dark humor.
I relate to everything you just said.
Yeah, but and a lot of people do, but it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person or that I'm mentally ill or whatever. It means like I'm a fucking human, and things just get to be too much. And at the end of the day, you did all you can. Yes,
I agree with you. Goldie is Goldie. Are you touring anywhere in the South coming up? I want to catch your show. This is from Ben Rob.
Well, thank you for asking. It's all on the website on the bottom that she's got so nicely displayed that I always forget until probably 5 minutes till my podcast is done to put the ticker on. So yeah, we're all over. And if anybody listening has any ins at a fair or a festival near you, please let me know, because it's always who you know and who you blow. And I'm not blowing anybody, so I better know somebody. I'm going to know.
For those listening, it's GoldyLocksBand.com. That's GoldyLocks band BAND.com. Yes. So you can check out her touring.
That was really nice. Yeah. And please follow Fuck Titusville.
What? Oh.
yeah. Because Titusville, they won't have us back. And we had people that night. I don't know what his problem is. Whatever, dude. You be an asshole and don't have us back. Is April on Goldie's Closet? Anyone? Yeah, she's on right now. Go
right now.
Go look at it. It's on. It's out. Her episode is out. I just haven't promoted it yet. It's a good podcast. It was a really, really great conversation. And I better get God, there's only so many freaking hours in the day, and I don't have an Eva.
I say that I would get 30 hours in a day, right?
No, yes. So I did see on your website on GoldyLocksBand.com, there is all that is on there. Your social media, your Goldie's Closet, all those things are on there. So visit her website.
Is it? I don't even think it is on there.
It is. I scrolled through.
Goldie's Closet on there. I better get it on there. I don't even think it
is.
It's all
towards the bottom. There's links to it on YouTube.
I didn't know that. All right.
Please excuse me. I'm a little under the weather today.
I better check it out myself. Better update my own website.
So a question for you before we got a few more minutes. Not much, but we have a little bit.
This has been such a crazy, like, kamikaze show of like nothing, but yet something.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's all it usually is. It's just talk about whatever. Yeah. What advice would you give to your younger self?
The advice my dad gave me my whole life that I never wanted to hear because I wasn't ready to hear. I hated when he would say this, and he would always just say, like, you need to relax. And I'd be like, fuck you. I didn't want to hear it. And I think people just need to realize that things really just don't matter as much as we think that they do. Once you have like a terminal person in your life, like my mom was always terminal. She was always ill. So I had a different perspective on things once I realized like she's going to die early on. Like once, like think about all the problems that you have in your life right now, or what the little things or this and that. And let's just, I don't have time to do this. And I don't have time. But then, well, what if like April called you, Eva, and said, I have cancer and I have like a year to live? Like all of a sudden, like everything changes. So it's like,
we're going to Europe and Vegas.
It's all perspective. And the best advice I ever got was sitting next to a billionaire whose plane, his jet went down. He was sitting in first class. And I was like, something about him. I'm like, you don't fly commercial. And he just sort of smiled and found out what he did. He was like ship oil rig guy and everything. And I said, well, give me some advice. And he said, treat everybody as though they're dying. Like treat everybody as though they are dying. Like it was like with that much kindness. He just said, treat them with that much care and kindness. And I was like, wow, what a beautiful thing. I don't think a lot of people follow that advice these days.
No.
So interesting. And I noticed myself at that awards show. Like I gotta keep an eye on myself. They are life changing.
Yeah.
when they called our names and we were scrambling and like they were like waiting, holding our award, like, and I'm like, I can't get to the stage. Like, I asked the usher, where do we go? And she was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, you're the usher. Like, but and that's how I said it. And I was like, all right, that wasn't very kind. You were on your high horse thinking that you're some who to who, and you could have been, you should have just said nothing to her at all. Like I started to get, you got to watch it when things start going like really well for you. Like, don't get a big head about it and watch riches, you know? So I keep myself in line real hardcore, because when I lived out in LA and in Beverly Hills and Century City, Bel Air and all that, like, I just thought I was the shit. I wasn't mean to people, but I thought I was better than everybody. Like, it just, that town will fuck with you hardcore. It just does.
I've heard that from so many people that it just changes people.
It does. It does.
And I had everybody around me die. They all died. They all died young. My dad died in a plane crash. My mom died from cancer. My grandma, I lost my grandma and my mom 6 months from each other. She died from cancer. I was taking care of both of them, and I learned a lot. You know, like I would ask them, what do you wish you did differently? What would you change? And you know, the answer, I ask people all the time who are older, what's the greatest thing that you've ever seen in your lifetime? What would you change? What's important? You know, they say things like take care of your teeth, take care of your feet, have more sex. They say these things. The internet is the greatest thing that they've seen in their lifetime. That's almost consistent across the board.
Really?
Yep. Because they get to see their grandchildren. But the one thing that I noticed is after you have dealt with somebody who is dying and you've lost all that, you realize that a lot of the shit in life is not that fucking important.
That's what I was saying.
The stuff that people get really like, you know, they get really upset about. And that's one of the things I can't stand about the vibe online right now. Or even the vibe, like if you get on like Nextdoor or something and you see your
what's the vibe?
People get really, really upset. They get shitty. They spread their anger vibe online, or they spread their anger vibe on like Nextdoor about people, you know, that one neighbor that's not cutting their grass. It's like, dude, like chill the fuck out. Okay.
Cares?
Chill the fuck out. Yeah. Like, I read this one time and I loved it. It's like, if you have a problem that can be solved with an action, you do not have a problem.
Right.
It's not a real problem. Like cancer, cancer's a real fucking problem.
Yeah,
needing
exactly.
to having to pay for property taxes and temporary issues where your EBT card will be shut off but it's coming back on and you'll be credited, or you know, needing to mow the grass. These are not problems. They will be solved with an action.
Yeah, you're right.
So
yep.
You know what I mean? So you that advice you got from that guy, that's pretty stellar.
That's pretty powerful. No, it is. It is. I whether I want to live by it or not, I do try. I'm not perfect by any chance, and I can get on my high horse and somebody. It's all April Hunter in the comments, like, oh, I want to see a Friday wrestling event, Vegas.
Oh yeah, I will be on a pay-per-view for those of you who are here late. Matriarch Mayhem, so it's available Friday night pay-per-view.
Are you working? Are you what are you
doing? Yes, I'm working, so it will be available on pay-per-view, or you could buy the tickets.
Who are you wrestling?
Right. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm
still wrestling. I didn't even know if you are or not.
I'm not still wrestling. It's just a one-off. Somebody helped me. One of my friends helped me with keeping one of my websites afloat when all the child protection laws came into place, and I owe her. So she's running the show, so I am helping her.
Do you have all your gimmicks? Like, do you have stuff that you can go dig through and look at? And
I'm so out of practice with all this, so I feel like I'm doing the anxiety thing right now. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just gonna be great.
I don't even know if I have knee pads anymore. So yeah, we'll see.
I can't. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see that.
We'll see.
Really,
I don't even know if I can get in and out of the ring anymore. Like I was just like,
yeah,
we'll see how this goes. If I fall, it's going to be even funnier. So hey,
you can do it. It's going to be great.
So here's another. Thank you very much. Here's another question for you.
Yeah.
What does success mean to you?
That's a great question, and an easy answer for me is just being happy doing what you do, what you are good at doing, what your talents are, and making money doing it so that you can live your life. Like that's just success. I mean, you got to be able to eat and pay your bills and things like that. And you can just say, oh, I love the art and everything but in reality, you do need to like pay for some things and save for some retirement and invest and do a little bit of that. I haven't done a lot of it in my life, so I'm trying to catch up now, but I really feel very, very successful with my life because I've always just done what I wanted to do and been so creative, and I never had to really depend on somebody else. Like, I think that's part of success. Like, would I love a husband or a guy? Sure, but I don't have one, and that's okay. And I'm still successful. So, just living your life. And I mean, I don't have any regret. I don't have any regrets at all. So I think that's part of success too. I don't have any.
No regrets.
I've done some dumb shit in my life, but I don't regret it because
you needed it, right? You needed to do it.
But it now I know what's up, so I know there's a lot of things I would never do again. Like when I was young, I did a lot of really just stupid shit, not the same stupid shit other people did, but stupid shit nonetheless. And nobody's is worse or better than the other. It's still stupid shit.
Yes.
It's life experience.
It is.
I did and said stupid shit. I probably still do sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah, none of us do. Yeah.
It's funny. Somebody, I was thinking about this. My friend, my friend's girlfriend moved in, and I asked him, I said, are you having her pay rent? And he's like, nah. He's like, she just throws some groceries on the table. And he goes, what I am having her do is I'm starting a savings account for her because I want her to have enough money so that she can leave if she wants. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I want her to take her money that she would normally pay in a rent, and I want her to put it into an account that will grow so that she can leave if she wants. That way I know she's there. She wants to be with me. She doesn't have to be with me.
And what do you think about this?
I fucking love that.
I think it's great.
I love that.
I had to think about that for a minute, but I was like, that's very adult.
I'm mixed on it. I have mixed thoughts on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's pretty amazing that he's thinking about her, but it sounds like it's all thinking about her. It's like it's all him. Take the money out of the equation. Like it's just all him thinking about her and how he can serve her and how he can help her. And like, where's her?
I'll add to add context to the situation. The previous wife was there lying to him and staying because she had nowhere else to go because of the finances.
And he's projecting that onto a new relationship though. And I wish that she would just take care of her own shit and just be there anyway because she loves him, and that they didn't even need to have any of that stuff there. Like, that's just me. I'm just listening. I don't know the whole story.
That's a very valid point.
I don't have the details. I just think that you've got this friend with this bleeding heart that's so protective and good to all these people. And I have a friend who's very famous and has started a huge business years ago that you know and love, and we'll just leave what it is out of it. But he's got this love equation. I'm always like, it doesn't work like that. Everybody isn't a math nerd like you and making millions of dollars. And he's like, but it does work like that. I'm like, nah, it doesn't. And actually some other people have heard it too, so he didn't think of it. But he always says, Mooney, because his wife died and he's young, and he always says, I won't find anybody unless they have my burden and double my joy. And I'm like, what? He's like, that's my equation. It has to have my burden and double my joy. I'm like, what does that even mean? What does that look like? And he's like, I'm like, what do you mean have your burden? He's like, I take out the trash, or
like half, cut it in
half.
Yeah.
Take out the trash and pay some bills and this and this. I'm like, oh, okay, I get that. He's like, well, wherever I am in my life right now, they have to come in and take half of my stress and pain and blah away. So then they can stay. But at the same time, they have to double where I'm at right now and joy. So what I just told you about how happy I am, and I feel like I'm free and I'm not constricted, and like I'd have to meet some guy that would come in and like whatever whammy he could spread, he's got to double how good I already feel. And then what I just told you about at the end of the night, when I start feeling like, oh, I'm suffocating, he's got to take half of that away. And unless they can take half away and double the good, it's not even an F yeah. It's not even worth having. So when you tell me this story,
It goes both ways, right?
it sounds like to me like he's just making a bunch of excuses for some person that really should be coming in being like, all right, we already can see your guy's heart because he wears it on his sleeve. We can see the type of man that he is and the integrity that he has, and he's thinking of the other person so much. But like I said, like what's she bringing to the table? So I hope that she's really bringing something amazing to match the energy of like this guy and what he's, but it does sound like he's projecting some stuff from his first wife. I'm sorry that happened to him.
Yeah, you might have a solid point, but I like the half your burden.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I didn't go for it.
I said that on your podcast though. I like that one.
I didn't go for it. I didn't go for it at first, but now I think about it and I'm like, I had a date the other day and I ghosted him because I was just like, you know what? I did. I was like, I'm not going to wait every 3 days for an answer from you. Like, you know what I mean? Every 3 days, that was his cycle. He's a nurse, blah, blah, blah. And it was like every 3 days. And it would be about him. It wasn't even about me or a question or something we could talk about together. It was all about him and this and that. I'm like, why do I even, you should just go on it. Why? Why should I just go on a date with somebody that I'm already making excuses for? Like, oh, well, maybe he'll go. Oh, fuck that. Like, he's not showing up for me. He's not making me feel, if you have to ask your circle of friends, like, is it a good idea if I go on this date? Should I go? If you're already making excuses for somebody, then next, no, goodbye.
I get you on that one.
Your friend sounds really precious, though. I want the best for him.
I have one more question for you.
I love the question.
Oh yeah,
I love questions.
If you end up on a deserted island and you can only take one thing with you that's not a phone, what would you take with you?
Oh, I'd take Henry the sexual puss. That's my puss. Oh, he's so cute. He's a Persian, and he ain't got no teeth and a bum eyes. He's a little puss I got at a rescue. He's the cutest little man. One of my cats, I got a feral puss outside, Kinsley May. I'd take one of them. Those cats just bring me so much joy. They never want anything from me except the TREAT. They're precious little things. So I don't have any kids, so I would take my animal.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're a big advocate for pets, right? For adoption.
I just think they should all be adopted and go for the senior ones and go for the ones with whatever special needs that you can handle, and then get a normal one too. But like get somebody that needs a little extra love, like all those old dolls just pining away at the shelters and the rescues, and they get overlooked and nobody wants it. And if I ever did adopt a kid, it would be like it'd be an older black gay kid. That's who I would adopt. I would just go for the one that, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't want to deal with that, or I don't want to deal with that, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying even black people don't want to adopt their own people. Like, it's just, I just want everybody to be covered. Like that's how I would do it. I don't want some baby, or it doesn't, it wouldn't have to be my people. Some people are like, it has to be my baby. Okay, I get it.
Want a shiny little white Ukrainian baby?
No, and I'm not saying you could use that against me easily from what I'm saying, but any intelligent person knows what I'm saying. Like, I would love to find some kid that just has had a really, really rough time and not take any shit and help him or her. I think I would do really good with a young dude though. Just because I'm athletic and and I have style, and I could really help him be who he needed to be. One of my friend's kids is trans and just really, really having a hard time. And I thought she was just going to be gay. I didn't know trans, but like I enjoy being around that kid so much because I'm not trans and I'm not this and I'm not that, but I've got compassion, and I like being around somebody and reinforcing the fact that they're a beautiful human being no matter what dance they're doing. And I tell them, you don't need to be trans to be depressed every day. Let me just tell you, be a musician,
right?
Be an indie wrestler, be in anything. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of a creator, and
you're not special, honey.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always think it's I'm a big advocate for the older dog too. So, and the special needs ones. So even those, I've had my. God, they need love too, and they just sit there rotting away. And if everybody would just
They don't do that in other countries. Like there's such
No.
people are just held accountable for so much shit, and it's like here, it's like, oh god, they're making me going.
In other
yeah.
countries, they got the
Jolt
stray dogs
level.
on- yeah,
Yeah.
well, actually, yeah, other countries, the dogs are on the streets. It's crazy.
Yeah, or
But-
other countries, they're in restaurants, like in Istanbul, like they've got places in the restaurants for the cats to come in at night, or dogs, or mats to have them sleep on, or other countries, New Zealand, like it's such a huge consequence to ever mishandle or mistreat an animal. Like there are no shelters because there's just no problem because you get your ass kicked. It just needs to be like that here.
Yeah, I
And-
agree with you.
Ben Rob is this is a good one to sign off with. Ben Rob wants to know if you have Cash App.
Well, I absolutely do. I will read it to you. And I will tell you, I used to be out the person that was like, oh no, and now I'm not like that. Now, if somebody wants to do something to be a part of a project, hi, look at my phone. It's totally bagging out. If you want to contribute to something, we put your name in the credits. We do all kinds of stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool. Like I love when people are a part of what we
Yes.
make and do.
Yes.
I'm just the
We love our Cash
factory.
App.
The factory Goldilocks, the factory Goldy, Goldy locks, the factory Goldilocks. That's me.
There
That's
you go.
the little thing. And then I'll just do this. I don't think it's going to do anything if I did this.
You gotta hold it up for a little bit and then go a little closer. Voila. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it does it. Oh, wait, you can
Yeah.
see it on there. The factory Goldy with a Y locks. That's it. Thanks for
Yeah.
even asking. That was really nice.
Yeah, I put it in the group chat as well.
Oh, that was nice. Look at Eva. She's such a producer.
Well, we won't keep you, but we want to have
Are
you
you
back.
kidding? This was so much fun. I appreciate
was
it.
fun.
Like,
Yes.
just a
Please-
nice
please come back.
conversation. It was just fun. It's easier dating somebody you know. You have things in common and a connection with, starting from scratch is tough. That's true for you, Michael. For me, somebody that I know, it's the same shit they've been pining away for fucking years. And what really
Yeah.
creeps me out is when I am you better call right now. Like if I got a call from somebody, it would be like, ring, ring, ring. Oh, let me guess. You just got a divorce. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, let me guess. You just got separated. And then you find out they really weren't your friend the whole time. They were just
They're just waiting.
secretly, they were waiting. Yeah. And that's so, Michael, I agree with you. But for me or for entertainers, it gets really hard because I don't know about you, April, but I think if you were into somebody, you would let them know. And it's like, oh, is she playing hard to get? No, not for 30 years. I'm not. I don't like you, and I think you're ugly. I'm not interested in you. But you know what I mean? They think like, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, well, I'm single, so she must be there. You're right. I'm right out downtown Nashville waiting for you. I've been waiting for 10 years for you to get a divorce. You ugly
man.
motherfucker.
You have to come
Okay.
back. You're so
All
real.
right.
I
Yes,
love you.
please do. Please do. This was a pleasure.
All
You
right,
guys
everyone.
had fun. You're so lucky to have each other, Eva and April, and
thank
connect
you.
and have that family connection. That's so badass. I love it.
Thank you.
I've got a new
Thank you.
podcast out tomorrow with my dad. So I'd like to come back on
Oh.
your show, April, sometime. Maybe we could both come on and promote.
That would
Oh
be
my
amazing.
God.
Oh my God, Ben Rob, thank
Awesome.
you. A Cash App just came through for me too. You were awesome. We
Oh
love
my
you.
God, that's amazing.
Who's Ben Rob? What is Ben? How do I
you.
be friends with
We
Ben
love
Rob?
our
Okay.
supporters.
Okay. Thank you guys so
Thank you,
much.
thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you.
So thank you. And anybody
Thank
that
you.
wants to watch our pay-per-view on Friday night, you can. It's Matriarchs Mayhem. I
Yes.
will see you in North Carolina, Thanksgiving week. And Goldie, where can people find you?
Just try Instagram, Goldy with a Y, Locks, Rocks, Goldy LOCKS, and let's connect and let's like all of April's posts and her social, and let's be supportive because another woman had me on her show. 2 women did, and they were lovely and gracious and kind, and that just says so much. Thank you. And these
you.
sexy freaking pictures of yourself down there. And now we're heading into the 8 p.m., the end of the barrel for me, and I got to
There
look
you
at this hot bitch all night long, thinking like the cow is turning off.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate
You
it.
guys.
And yeah, I'll be on Goldy Locks podcast. So Goldie's Closet, check it out. I'm on there right now.
Awesome.
Lots of love. Mwah. See you guys live
guys.
next week. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Goldie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.